Whoa. In a little impromptu real estate with AP.
All right, so we're doing something a little bit different today. We got a cancellation for the Rebel podcast. We're not going to say the guest, right?
No.
I don't think we should say the guest yet because it's a really special.
It's a really special guest. It's somebody that has just recently done some truly amazing things in their industry, and from Niagara Falls native, and it's going to be really big. So very excited.
Well represented.
Very well represented, and I'm super stoked to get her on the podcast.
We're proud.
Or him. Dun, dun, dun.
We're proud to say that he or she is from Niagara. That's to put it that way.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, now speaking of Niagara, let's get into Andrew, your industry.
Yeah.
We're gonna do just a really nice talk about
everything's
housing.
on the fly.
Everything is on the fly, but I've got some cool questions that I want to ask you that hopefully make you stumble. It's very hard to do that, but okay. First question: is the Canada housing market in trouble with the way that it's going?
You know what? I think if we started to see 30% year over year increases, then yes, obviously there's going to be some trouble. Do I think that's going to happen? No. Do I think we're going to have a strong year, very similar to last year? Yes. It's already starting to prove itself so. Now, having said that, what I think we're going to be experiencing come summertime is going to be something that we experienced in 2017 at the tail end of that market. Government got involved. Was that for the better? It slowed things down a lot.
Right.
But then the market's the market, and the market bounced back fairly quickly in a matter of months. However, the activity dropped by 60%. So, are we in trouble? No. Do I think it's going to stay strong for another 6 months? Yes. Then after that, we're going to see it starting to taper down. That's why me and our team work very hard on building these foundational habits from, creating our goals, measuring the results, and being able to form these habits so that when things do change, we're ready to go. And we've got the habits formed to be great salespeople, great client care, and be able to ensure that our business is on a natural growth path as opposed to riding the market up and down.
You know what? That is really interesting. I think that differentiates a lot of teams. Or just, I guess, real estate agents in general is if they're riding the value of the housing market, you're not doing something right. Something's wrong.
Correct. And, we get these questions a lot from our clients and people on social media. And hey, if there's nothing wrong with this question, it's natural. But everybody, real estate, you're killing it, eh? Well, I might be, because I run my business as a business. But there's a lot of realtors out there that are, working with buyers and they can't get them homes, and they're putting in offer after offer after offer. And, if you're not focused on listings right now, then you might not be finding success in your business. Right. So it's about adapting as you switch into these markets, list to last. Obviously, if you can get listings, you're always going to be, contributing to your business in terms of growth.
Now, there was a lot of talk about a couple months ago, buyer fatigue was going to slow the market. That was going to, kind of ruin everything or just really slow it down. Now it's a couple months later and we haven't really seen that.
No.
Why has buyer fatigue not kind of affected things?
Because we had buyer fatigue in November, December.
Right.
That's why.
Oh,
and then you couple that with a holiday, a couple of snowstorms, and then a lockdown or two. I can't really remember anymore. Lost count. So that pent up energy just came back with force. And people know that what they buy today is worth 5, 10, even 20 or 30% more on closing day.
Right.
So if they can take that home, and some people are doing nothing to it and reselling it in 3 months, a lot of people are doing that, and they're going to be making their money back.
Right.
So that's what's really feeding this market. Is I don't think it's necessarily buyers that are scared of losing out, but buyers who are capitalizing. Now, you might say, how are buyers capitalizing on a crazy seller's market?
Yeah,
and it has to do exactly with what I just said. The buyers know that if they wait, or if they're planning to move, you know what? I plan on moving in the summer. Okay, great. You have all the power to do that, but you're going to be spending 10 to 20, even 30% more on your home.
More, 3 months later,
Exactly.
4 months later.
So, there was a lot of realtors. And again, I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I'm not the most intelligent realtor. So I have heard realtors saying, if you're telling your clients to buy or sell right now in this market, you're the problem. Well, okay, when you put that out and you told your clients not to buy, but now, fast forward a year later, they still need a place to buy, or they're still interested in getting to the market. But now everything's $100,000 to $200,000 over what they should have
had initially
paying.
planned for.
Exactly. So that's something that buyers need to be mindful. Do you need to buy or sell right now? If not, then why? Why would you jump into the market? Having said that, if you're thinking about getting in the market in 3, 6, 12, 2 years, 12 months, 24 months, do it now. Do it now. There's really no point of waiting. You're just spending more money.
Right. Now, okay, so now there's talk of people, oh, hey, you know what? I'm just going to wait a little bit longer, and then maybe it'll take a little bit of a dip. I mean, I've heard people very close to me say that.
Absolutely.
So what do you say in response to that as a realtor who has gone through this entire market?
It literally exactly what I just said. It's basically, look, you want to wait for this market to dip. That's never going to happen.
Right. Yep.
So even when the tail end of the 2016, 2017 market came to an end, prices, market value did not go down. Activity went down. You went from 30 offers to 10 offers to
interesting.
Back into a balanced market. Still remember, still a seller's market, they say, with 6 months of inventory or less. So you could still have a seller's market and still, only one offer per listing. So in my opinion, there's really no point of waiting.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great response.
Market value is not going down.
Now you talked about, why are prices like this right now, and are they going to dip? Let's talk about the beginning of all this. I mean, it was kind of like, was COVID a contributing factor? I don't know, maybe. But like kind of 2019 is when everything kind of started to take off, right? So what was some of the biggest contributing factors, from government spending, government funding, to buyer habits, to seller habits from 2019? Why did that inflate prices so much?
Right.
Or raise prices?
So I'll be honest with you. I know there was a conservative budget yesterday. I know a couple of people were on the call. I don't follow those types of things. I am into politics. Whether you're left, right, or center, I don't really get into that too much. What I like to get into is the investment side of things, and also my clients' wealth that they've worked their life to achieve. Now, to me, what I personally believe, I don't think it had anything to do with government spending or anything like that. What I do think is that money is so darn cheap that, hey, if you want to make that move into your next home, it's not going to cost you that much to do so, especially when your home's gone up in value. Your broker fee, your lender fee, the cost to break your mortgage, that is just a cost of doing business right now. The mortgage rates are so low that it's almost unprecedented, and they're going to continue to stay low. They will be raised, and they'll probably happen this year. But having said that, the overall, it's just a drop in the bucket overall.
Right. Okay. Now here's an interesting question. Will we see, rewind. A lot of people are saying that, a 28-year-old now is still living in his parents' basement because he literally cannot get enough money to buy his home. Right. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Right. You kind of said that the market necessarily won't dip. I mean, sure, the market dips and raises every single day. It'll go down 2%, up 1%, you know what I'm saying? But will we see, with less activity, some sort of availability for that 28, 30-year-old guy to get in? Okay,
so here is something that a lot of people get kind of confused about. When our parents were buying, that house might have cost on an acre bungalow. It might have, 1,500 square feet. That might have cost $299. But their interest rates were 10, 11, 12, 19, 20%. The cost of that home for a monthly mortgage is comparable to that property at $800,000 at 2%.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay, that is interesting.
Understanding what I'm saying? Yep. So again, do I think that these prices are, insane to some degree? especially for somebody your age, even my age, to get into the market?
Yeah.
Yes. What I'm about to say, I'm probably going to get people unfollowing me, and I'm probably going to get some hate mail. But it also comes down, and again, this is not for everybody, but it's also going to come down to self-responsibility.
Very true.
What I did in my 20s, I'd never be able to own a house. Never. I spent all my money. And again, it's not a whole Starbucks and avocado toast. I don't believe in that millennial crap. I'm a millennial. But the choices that you make in your 20s really set up for your 30s.
That's very true.
Is there people out watching this that have been saving their butts off? Yes, absolutely. Is it difficult for them to buy a house? Yes, absolutely. But let me tell you this. I got a sales job from 26 to 28. I saved up and I bought my first house at 29. I feel like I got into the market late. Some people are 35, 40, they're just getting into the market. So again, you can't compare yourself to other people or your parents. All you can do is look at your current lifestyle. Look at, are you saving? Are you in a job that allows you to save? Are you in a rental? Can you afford to move back into your parents' house? Again, these are all things that maybe you do not want to do, but in the grand scheme of things, largest transaction, largest investment of most people's lives are going to be this household.
Yeah.
Home ownership is not a right, unfortunately. Housing is a right, but not home ownership.
I really like the way you said that. I've never heard that before.
Right? Here's the thing. I really do believe, I wish that the market was easier for everybody. I really do. The fact that I have to sell a house that was $500,000 3 years ago for $1 million, yeah, it sucks. The fact that I have to watch as a listing agent say no to 10 other buyers because there can only be one buyer for every house, yeah, it sucks. Am I sitting here on a high horse, telling people that their life choices led to where they are? Yeah, I am, and it sucks that I have to say that. And again, it has nothing to do with they didn't try their hardest, but that's just kind of where we are.
It's a capitalist society. I mean, you have to work for what you want, right?
Absolutely.
And so I think that was a really well answered question. I'm going to ask a very controversial question, and I kind of wish I was in the stock market right now, because I'm going to ask you, stock market or real estate or both?
Here's the thing. I don't have time to research or manage or trade in the stock market. Of course, you could hire somebody to do that. And I have a really good friend, Thomas from Cooperators, who does my whole life. And he gets me in some, I don't even know what you call it, but he gets the
mutual
blue
funds,
chip.
ETFs.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Do I want to do penny stocks and day trading? No. That's not for me. The ups and downs, that's great, because you can buy low, sell high, or whatever that saying is. See, this is why I don't do it, because I don't do things I don't understand. I understand real estate.
And yeah, here's the number one thing.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead, yeah.
If I have $25,000, $50,000, or $100,000 in my bank account, would I be more wise to put that at a 5% return or 30% return, like we've seen in the last couple of years, into real estate? Because you're not making money, that 5% return historically over 50 years on my $100,000 investment. I'm making that 5% return historically for 50 years on a $500,000 investment, or whatever the total volume, sales volume of the house is. Right? Whereas the stock, you're just making the 5% on whatever you've put in.
And I find it interesting that you said, you can admit that you don't know everything about the stock market. So,
100%.
I mean, you know that your money's not just going to sit in an account and lose, 3, 4, 5% a year on inflation. I mean, you're not stupid. So you're going to throw it in some sort of mutual fund that's going to make you that, right?
Exactly.
And then you can pull it out if need be. But what I really like what you said was, you're not going to do things or forced to do things that you don't understand.
Correct.
Literally why an average person should not try to sell their own home.
Yes, correct. And we just left a listing presentation yesterday, and the first thing she said to me is like, before you go into your spiel, I'm like, and trust me, the word spiel I hear a lot. Whoa! Remember, we were on a listing presentation, and they're like, "Wow, that was a good spiel." I'm like, I'm just telling you what I offer. But, sometimes I do get really into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so the whole for sale by owner conversation is like, look, go ahead, man. Try, sell it yourself. You will probably sell it in this market by yourself and save 5% on the commission. But what if I told you that I could have made you, on average, especially in this market, an extra 30%, and you take home an extra 25% on top of what you would have sold for, and all you had to do was give me 5.
Yep.
And by the way, you're not giving me 5, you're giving me 2.5, and you're giving the buyer agent 2.5 so we can go feed our kids. I'm not giving a sob story. I'm just saying. Right? But the whole point is that we have this conversation all the time. Houses sell themselves right now. Yeah, you're right. But who you hire from experience matters. You're leaving a lot of money on the table. We just sold a semi in Thorold for $1 million. Any guy would have taken the first offer that came their way at $850, $900 and said, we're good.
Yep.
We've done well here. But who's the agent that's going to stay up till 1 a.m. negotiating, bringing all the offers back to the table and, ensuring that we get the best price for our clients?
Yeah.
It's me. That's our team. So, yeah, you can sell it yourself. And if that works for you, honestly, all the power to you. I wish you the best. I would say that you're leaving money on the table at that point.
Well said. I think that's it. I think that's good.
Okay. Well, in a little impromptu real estate with AP, we've just wrapped this up. We did it on the fly. Sam came up with questions on the fly.
Hey, I think I came up with some pretty good questions.
Yeah. For young kids, you know a lot about, like
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in general. Investments. Yeah, exactly. I guess that helps. Dad's a financial planner. So
well, I was going to say, you got that answer from your dad?
Yeah. So. That's why I asked you, right? I want to see what you thought. Yeah, no, but I think that's good.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.